Hey everybody, welcome to the Players Take episode 254. I'm your host Justin DeSimone, joined as always by my co-host Montrell Rice. Montrell, how are you this week?
I'm alright. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Work's been busier this week now that the new year is kind of past us and people are coming back from all their vacations and everything. But not too bad. It's just I'm trying to play like 7 games at once and it's kind of going okay, but I don't know if I can keep this up. So we'll talk about that later, but yeah, how about you? How's life treating you?
Uh, this week is kind of crazy. I don't know if COVID's coming back with a vengeance, but several people around my office have gotten sick.
Mm,
And I think not to say anything, but like I'm the only one that got the vaccine. I think in my office, because they offer them out for free.
wow.
So I think some other people got the vaccine,
Oh no.
um, but I think COVID's going around the office. So
Mhm.
I'm going to start wearing my mask and stuff again. Besides that, because I had to pick up some work that my coworker was doing, and then he got sick. He got sick like 2 or 3
Mm,
times within the last month, and then my boss got sick, and then my system admin got sick, and it was just like crazy.
mm.
And then even like some of the HR people when they came down there talked to me about something related to the new hires, she was like coughing really bad and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
um, and then I'm
gotcha.
flying out next week, so
Mhm.
we're definitely gonna be wearing
Yeah.
masks and stuff like that. So,
That's how I got COVID, was on a plane.
yep.
Somebody had it next to me and Amanda, and she got it, and then she gave it to me. So yeah, no, yeah, flying fucking sucks. But yeah, you did mention that. So one bit of housekeeping. Montreal's not going to be on the show next week. He'll be out of town, so I will be doing a solo episode. Hopefully there's enough news to talk about, but we'll see. It'll be a shorter app as usual, but yeah, so keep that in mind. I will actually be out of town myself on a work trip in about 3 weeks, I believe, or it might be 4 weeks. The first week of February. Um,
Okay.
yeah, 3 weeks. No, 4 weeks. The 8th. The episode that we'll post on the 9th, February 9th. I'm gonna be gone for that one. Montreal will be doing a solo ep for that one as well. So all right, well, Montreal, let's get into the show here. So for those of you who haven't listened before, this is our weekly show where we talk about video games, video game news, and other topics pertaining to video games. We post at 6 a.m. Central Time on Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and your favorite podcast app of choice. And if you'd like to send us a question, you can do so on Twitter at The Players Take, or you can send us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com. And Montreal, I wanted to start us off this week with a little icebreaker. You saw, this is about a week ago now, the Tetris kid, Blue Scooty, beat Tetris. Have you been keeping up
Yeah.
with this story?
So I saw the initial story where the reporter was kind of disappointed in
Oh my
his
God.
goals
Yeah.
for that. But besides
Told him
that,
to
I
get a
haven't been
life,
keeping.
basically.
Yeah, told a 13-year-old that.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I haven't really been keeping up with it. But I am like super proud of that dude or that kid. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's actually a super accomplishment because people have been trying
Bro,
that for literally 30 to 40 years
dude.
and it hasn't happened yet. So that's
I
pretty cool.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I don't think people actually understand the level of skill required to do what this kid did, and what many other Tetris kind of pros, I guess I'll call them, I don't know, have, because a couple other people have actually done it since he's done it. What these people have done with this game is something that not very many people could do. This is a high skill, extreme amount of dexterity, endurance, even. Because Tetris is fucking hard on its own. But the way this game works is when you hit level 29, the game goes, the blocks, they drop at their maximum speed. So at that point, it becomes impossible to actually move them left and right far enough to get to the edge of the screen by just holding the button down. There's literally a controller technique that they use. They call it like, it's like a finger roll kind of, where they're like hitting the back of the controller with their fingers while they're pressing buttons. kind of
Mhm.
simulates a double tap kind of thing happening. So you're like kind of button mashing with it. You can't move the blocks fast enough unless you do this. So you have to do that while you're playing this game, trying to contemplate where you need to put the blocks, like as fast as they're coming down. And high speed Tetris is super hard. And to do that for what amounts to, like 30 minutes basically straight is insane to me. But there's an other layer to this that I learned about, like reading about this, is that the game at a certain point kind of breaks, where the designers of the game coded it kind of sloppily in the back end where the higher levels are. They didn't ever expect anyone to ever get to where people are with this game now. So the blocks, they have colors in the levels, right? Normally, the color scheming breaks at a certain point in the game, where the code kind of starts messing up, and the blocks lose their color gamut that they're kind of referencing from, and so you get these really strange, crazy colors. Where there's a couple levels in particular where there's this like really dark blue and dark green, and they're really hard to see because it's a black background you're playing on.
Yeah.
This is NES Tetris, by the way, the one that came out in '89. And the level after that is called charcoal, where there are literally pure black blocks, and then there are like gray blocks that are literally virtually impossible to see. This was like a huge barrier for a while, for the Tetris community, because it's just so hard to see, and with the speed at which the game is being played, it's difficult. It was difficult to get past, but people have started getting past it. And then there was a point where the game breaks down even further, which is where Blue Scooty eventually got to, where it's around level 160 or no 150, early 150s, I think, where the game code breaks down to the point that certain actions in the game will cause the game to crash. So if a specific block is moved in a certain way, that might cause the game to crash. And people used AI to figure out what the actions are, and they mapped it out on like this giant spreadsheet on level like 153. If you move the L block, left, and turn it,
Mhm.
90 degrees clockwise, it'll break the game. So what happened with Blue Scooty was interesting though, because he got to the first level where it breaks and he fucked up. He didn't actually cause the kill screen to happen, so he just kept going after that. He went like 4 or 5 more levels after that, and then he didn't know what the next kill screen was. Like, he didn't actually know what it was, so he
Oh
was just
shit.
playing the game, and he just triggered it. Kind of luckily triggered it on level 157, I think it was. And that was why he was freaking out, because he fucked it up. Like he just he went further than he was supposed to. So but yeah, it's crazy though to think about this, because it goes deeper now than that, because he's made a record here with this, right, to be the first person to do this. But this is now like reinvigorated the Tetris community, because dude, it's like now people are trying to map out, can you get all the way to the end, which is level 255, without hitting his kill screen. Like, that's going to be the ultimate. I think that's going to be the ultimate challenge that people are going to try to beat now, because the game will reset to level 1 if you get past level 255. So that's going to be the next Mount Rushmore or Mount Everest for this game, I think. Which is really interesting to see. It's like super cool how interesting it is, because dude, when you go look at the spreadsheet, it gets crazy in some of the higher 100, like 100, 190 to 200 levels.
Uh-huh.
The level of the number of ways the game can crash is insane. Like, it's the idea that somebody is going to get lucky enough, A, and B, be skilled enough to avoid all of that to get to level 255 is like insane to me. But I just feel like someone's going to do it at some point. It probably will take years, but these people are so good at this shit, and I don't know, that's why this whole story was super fascinating to me. Just going down the rabbit hole and learning about the game. Tetris is fucking crazy, man. Like, what a fucking video game. Like, it is the purest form of gameplay that there is, and it's just
Yeah, that's what
amazing
makes
that
it
it is held on this long.
yeah, that's what makes it so interesting. Like, it just doesn't die.
Hmm.
Like, people I remember my mom introduced me to Tetris, like, super young, and she loved it, and I played almost every variation of Tetris up until, like, the PS2 era, and I stopped playing it. But I
Hmm.
remember this one PS1 game I played for Tetris, and there was, like, a little professor going through, like, the tombs and stuff like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I
That was on
love the
Game Boy,
music.
wasn't it?
It was on the PlayStation 1. The one I had was on
Was it?
PlayStation 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was one like that
Uh,
on Game Boy, I remember.
okay. It may be the same, like, theme or whatever,
Like
by
same
the same
IP,
company.
yeah.
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 Yeah, I just remember going through it and everything like that, and I actually, like, loved that game. It was a very common game for some reason. Um, I don't know. I don't play much Tetris now. Maybe I should. I mean, but it's
I'm just
funny
not good
how
at it. It's
yeah,
so hard, dude.
I actually love it. I used to play
Yeah.
competitively, not competitively, but like me and my mom used to play for like hours, man. Like we would play Tetris, me and her just going back and forth for like hours, playing Tetris. Like had when they had the versus heads up thing or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Mhm.
So yeah, I used to love it. It's funny though because I feel like that was the foundation for a lot of shit that we don't realize.
Mhm.
I feel like you wouldn't if Tetris wasn't available or didn't come out, and let's say some other video game came out, whatever. We wouldn't have Fortnite. I feel like Fortnite is like Tetris on steroids. Uh,
It's like a 3D reverse
yeah,
Tetris. Yeah.
yeah, it's like all the building survival games we have and everything like that, almost everything is like Tetris is like the foundation for it, in my opinion. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's a good problem solving game, especially if you just want to get your kids into like problem solving. I think having them play at like 5 or 6 or something like that is really cool. Um, I mean, now do they want to play it? They may not understand it, but like kids who like to problem solve, they will love the game. So
Yeah.
I definitely see why there's a community for it, and I definitely understand why it kinda never died.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a great game. It's a legend for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to make it better. Like it's kind of perfect the way it is, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and yeah, obviously games have iterated it over time. There's new Tetris games that have come out in the past few decades, but the game is still Tetris at the end of the day, and that in its purest form on NES is like just such a it is like the poster child for video games to me. Like it's what video games. I don't know. It almost kind of makes me feel like the industry's like kind of lost the plot a little bit. We've gotten so obsessed with graphics and making these movie quality games and getting really into narrative and stuff. And as much as I love that stuff, I will say that like I feel like games should always strive for, though, gameplay is king. That
Yeah.
really should be the thing you're focusing on first, I feel like. But um you know I don't know, I feel like a lot of games have kind of lost sight of that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what we've been preaching for, like, the last 4 to 5 years, to be honest with you. That kinda games have lost their way as far as what their goals are, what their intentions are. I think a lot of even gamers themselves now, even the younger gamers, the Gen Z gamers and the Gen Alpha gamers are starting to realize, like, you know, the monetary gain that people are putting ahead of the actual quality of the game itself, showing its ways in various forms, and it's kind of decaying around us, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
think though we're gonna get back to snuff. I think the gaming budgets and all that other shit is gonna balance itself out, and then coming in. I mean, to be honest with you, we saw it kind of this year, how
Mhm.
good games progressed and how bad games, even with giant budgets, did not, do too well. Or if they did have giant budgets, it was like placed in the right places or whatever. I mean, I know I didn't really like Hogwarts Legacy, but it's one of those games that did have a giant budget but had like a lot of love in it. It wasn't like the games that me and you wanted out of Hogwarts, but like a lot of
Mhm.
people love that game, and I
Mhm.
can't say that it's a bad game, just because I didn't like it. But I think that's like an example of a game that's like high budget but has like a lot of love behind it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Compared to like a game like Call of Duty or something like that, where that's a high budget game as well, but we saw the fruits of that labor and how it just wasn't up to snuff this year for a lot of
Yeah.
shit. So
Montreal, speaking of budgets, we didn't talk about this when the Insomniac leak happened, but I caught wind of this, while we weren't covering news. Dude, so their budget numbers for their games came out
oh
as part
yeah,
of the
yeah.
leak, and we missed this. Dude, Can you believe? So Spider-Man 2's budget was
100 million.
315 million,
Oh, yeah.
and their
Yeah.
expected budget for 3 is 385 million. This is
What?
not sustainable, guys. Like, this is not sustainable.
They're
Sean
not going to
Layden
recoup that.
said this. I mean, they will, but their profits are continuing to get eaten into by these budgets ballooning like this, dude. Like,
You think they
it's
can recoup that with Spider-Man? I don't think so.
yeah,
Man.
they project the lifetime sales to be 14.5 million, which would give them a profit of 170 million.
Okay.
So they will make money. It's just like they're not even making double what they're like. It's I don't know.
I don't think that's worth it. I don't.
No,
I don't
that's what
think
I'm. That's what I was. I guess that's what I mean to say is yeah, they're getting to the point where this is not becoming worth the investment. You know, the diminishing returns of increasing their budgets is starting to really show itself because I can't see, dude. That's crazy, man. 385 million and fucking Wolverine has a 305 million budget or expected to have a 305 million budget.
That's insane.
And think about this in context of games that have come out recently. Horizon Forbidden West had a 212 million budget. Last of Us Part 2's budget was 220, and we're up to the 300s already. You know, a few years later.
Yeah, I remember we were bitching about Destiny. It was 250 million.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, man.
I still think one of the greatest examples of a smaller budget game was Ghost of Tsushima. 50
Yeah.
million.
It's
And that
crazy
game
that they
blew
made that
it.
for 50 million.
Yeah, exactly.
That game's better than Spider-Man 2
It is. It is. You're not lying. It is.
for like a sixth of the budget. Like
That's
that's
insane,
crazy.
man. I wonder how much Squaresoft's budget is. I'm pretty sure they don't have that much because they actually reuse a lot of assets. It's
Yeah,
actually
but I
insane.
don't know. Final Fantasy 16 probably wasn't cheap.
It wasn't.
7 Rebirth. I mean, I would put 200 million probably. I mean, this is Sony, so they have bigger budgets probably than anybody. I would wager. Like I don't think any third party is really hitting this. But then again, I see in the same article, the Cyberpunk 2077's budget was 316 million, was around that number.
Damn.
So
Yeah,
that's, you know,
that was
nuts.
crazy about Cyberpunk, which I think a lot of people actually missed. They're the Czech Republic, right? That's where they're at. Is that where they're located?
No, they're in Poland.
Poland. Okay, Poland. It was the Poland government who actually invested in that game as well.
Yeah. They give incentives for game companies to come make their games in Poland.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting to see all that happen. But yeah, I even that game, I guess that budget probably went towards the remake or the 2.0 or whatever. They were constantly updating that game and working on.
No, it didn't.
Didn't.
Phantom Liberty has its own budget number of 84 million.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So yeah, no, combine the two together, it was over 400 million.
I will say, in that game's defense, it was being made over 10 years.
Yeah.
They started making that game in 2012, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that budget is going to be inflated, but you got to look at the years made. Now, Spider-Man 2, like, I'm going to assume they made it right after they got, like, you know, the green light to do Spider-Man 2 after Spider-Man Miles Morales, maybe, or Spider-Man 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's still, like, what, 6 years? 6-7 years? Or 5 to 6 years, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. That's still a lot of money, man. That's so much money. That's movie level money now. We're there now. Like, did we not understand when movies said this was unsustainable, and they start to scale back their movies now?
Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I didn't mean to derail us so hard. I just wanted to mention.
Yeah,
that
I got you.
We didn't mention it originally. So, all right, Montrell, let's get into what we've been playing. Do you want to go first this week?
Yeah. So we've been playing League of Legends, season 14.
Yeah.
What
do you think?
It's okay. There's some stuff that you got to get used to. This is definitely like, in my opinion, this is like League 1.5, almost 2.0.
It was a
especially
stark change. I was like looking at items. I was sitting in the fountain looking at items in the middle of our match, just like I don't know what to buy.
yeah, it's
Like,
the jungle is completely. I didn't know that those jungle changes will completely change the flow of the game. Um, I think bot lane's a terrible lane. Oh, it's so bad.
yeah, man, I'm not
Especially if
happy
you're on the
with what
top
they did.
side or the blue side,
Oh,
I think that it
dude,
is.
red
If you're
side.
on that side, is it red side or is it red side?
It's red side. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're on red side, um, I don't know, man. You gotta pray to God. You just you just gotta pray to God.
I don't
You
know
gotta
why
pray
they
to.
thought that was a good idea, man. Like, I don't know. Like,
There
I know
are
they're trying to
several.
even the lane
Oh,
out for both sides, but dude, I think making it the gank lane was already a problem, and they just doubled down on that for whatever fucking reason. Because yeah, top is like inaccessible now almost, and I don't know. Mid has got so much space in it now too. It's like
I will say mid is dangerous though. It's super dangerous for mages because say like if Jet's pushing up with Lux or whatever, right? The
yeah,
lane is so fucking wide now that running
yeah.
back is a fuck. You can't get back.
Well,
You're gonna
they
have to
they
blow a
they said the
flash.
opposite in their design fucking notes, dude. That they wanted mages to have more flexibility or whatever in the lane,
No,
and it's
man.
like they made it worse for them.
Yeah, it's a terror for him because like I can gank mid with no problem, especially if the mage is pushed up all the way. The lanes are so wide where they have to run back further enough. Melee characters are gonna fucking destroy mages in that lane. Like it's gonna be insane.
Yeah,
Um,
there's too much space now. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Um,
because skill shots are harder to hit because there's no
yep.
walls. It's like, yeah,
In my goal, when I'm playing Silence mid or Zed mid or something of that nature, I always let the lane crash. Or right before it crash, I freeze it the wave so that the mage has to come up and poke the wave. And when the mage comes up and pokes the wave, try to blow one of their CCs, I go in immediately, and they got to run all the way back to their tower to be safe. So like it's terrible. It's terrible. Um, on the other hand, I feel like bot lane is longer, like especially
it
on red
is.
side. It's I think they decreased the bushes or something like that because I don't know, man. There's too many flank routes for red side. Red side is going to be terrible. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 55% win
Yeah,
rate for
blue
blue
didn't
side.
change at all. They didn't
Yeah,
change blue at all. Like it's literally the same. Yeah, red side sucks, dude. Like I was on red both games, and it was we did okay actually. Like it really wasn't that bad, but like in the laning phase. But I think just people haven't like figured it out yet. And I
yeah.
think once they do, it's gonna be a nightmare, dude. Like because
You know
I
what?
don't.
I think once supports know where to put their wards at, I think it's going to be okay. I think we're going to be
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean that is the one thing I will give their design. The tri bush now on the red side is so far away that if you see them right away in the mini map, you'll have time to get to the tower. Like
yeah,
you
exactly.
should have
Yep.
time to get to the tower, unless unless you are extremely pushed up, like really pushed up, super far. You should be able to get back to the tower, but um, I don't know. The item changes are weird too. There's a lot of items that I feel like are just fucking horrible
Garbage.
now.
Yeah.
Like they just neutered the shit out of them. And some of the new items are cool, but I feel like the on hit build I used to do with Varus is gone basically now because
Mhm.
Rageblade does not have the crit conversion anymore.
Yeah.
So without that, you're really just stacking the on hit that's on the actual items themselves, which is just not enough, in my opinion, to be viable. So I think Varus is back to crit build maybe. Infinity Edge doesn't have a requirement anymore. Like they took the requirement away when they made it a mythic, and they did not put it back when they have made these changes for this patch. So that item is now just gives you 40% crit damage straight up right away the second you buy it. So which is pretty good. So I think that item is going to probably see a resurgence for a lot of characters again, but that's kind of interesting. I don't know. Obviously I only played 2 games, so you know I don't really know how things are shaking out. I will say Jin felt really bad though for some reason.
Yes.
I
So
don't
it's not just
know.
me. It's not just me, right?
Dude, I
He
was
feels really
doing no
bad.
damage to anybody. I don't know what was going on. Like, dude, I felt like a fucking bitch. Like, Like, you saw my ult, like, on bottom when I was trying to shoot them under tower. It was just like, it was pathetic. I was doing like maybe 100 damage per shot. It was so bad, dude. They were just ignoring me. Like, they didn't even care that I was shooting at them with it, you know? So I don't know. I got to play some more games with him. Like, I don't feel like they changed his items that much, but
Bro, I feel
um
like they stealth nerfed him. I was like
they
canceling
must
autos.
have or something, dude. Because like I don't feel like the. I will say I was playing Ghostblade a lot, and I think that item was sneakily contributing to my damage a lot.
Okay,
Um,
and then they nerfed it.
because I didn't build it yesterday because it's not really good anymore.
Yeah.
They kind of killed the item. They killed that one too. So it's like without that, the build is more focused around crit, and it just wasn't doing enough. Like, I don't know, like, do people have more armor? Like, are items giving more
Well,
armor?
they did
um
say like a lot of the build guys I watch and everything. They were saying that, like tanks are going to be pretty much a menace this patch.
that's
Um,
what it feels like.
yeah, and I can definitely feel it. I already knew going into it that tanks were going to be a menace, so I kind of mentally prepared myself for the bullshit or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, Jin feels terrible. A lot of the assassins. I haven't played mid lane yet, so I'm gonna try to play mid lane today. If I get some time. Um, Jungle feels okay. I It's
How do you
hard for
feel
me to
about the
get.
voidlings?
So one thing I don't like about the Voidlings is if you kill one of them, it shows up on the kill feed for everybody. And
Oh,
there's three Voidlings. So if I kill one of them, the jungler is gonna know where I'm at. If they see like, oh, Kendrick killed this Voidling or whatever. And there are two other Voidlings there. I think they're very powerful and they're worth to me more than a dragon at this point, or just as much as a dragon.
that's so bad.
Uh, um,
Dragon's so worthless.
so I feel like it's a good balance. It will alleviate pressure on bot lane because you want the Voidlings as well. Um, the problem
Well,
is,
you have
I
such a
think,
short window to get them, dude. You have literally like 6 minutes or something.
well, I think they spawn at 8 minutes and then they go away at
They
14
go away at
minutes.
14. Yeah, six
Yeah,
minutes, and
yeah,
then you have 6 minutes for Herald. And if you don't get Herald the second he spawns, like within that minute that he spawns, you're not going to get him the second time. So you're really only going to see Herald like once a game, probably.
yeah. And yeah, that's my only complaint with it. I think they should do the notification that it this Voidlings have been taken when all three of them are killed. I don't think it should be one.
Well,
Um,
I also think Baron needs to spawn a little bit later, just to like give it a little bit more space.
yeah,
Um, like spawn him at 24 minutes or something, and give each of these phases a couple minutes extra. Because as it stands
yeah.
right now, I think it's too short for most players to really capitalize on it super well.
So I do want to speak like on Dragon. Um, I don't know what it was yesterday. My timing for the dragons was completely off. Like I couldn't get the dragon, and it wasn't just that game. It was the game before. It was a couple games before I was playing when I first got home. And
Yep.
yeah, man, like my dragons just felt. I got four dragon like three times in a row, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And I think it's because of the red side changes. Like I can't, my brain can't comprehend. Like I can't just run straight to
What are the
dragon because
route?
that,
Yeah, what are the routes
yeah,
you need to take? Yeah, because you have to go around now. There's no direct path to the dragon pit from red side.
exactly,
There's a
exactly,
giant wall now on that entire side. You have to go around on either side. That is a
yeah.
huge difference, actually.
Yeah, I think it puts red side at a disadvantage for dragons, in my opinion. Um, and I think that's why they
But they
try
have
to
the
counter
advantage
the,
on Baron.
yeah, on Voidlings and Rift and Baron. So I
Yep.
think that's the upside, I guess. But yeah, it's just I gotta change my path and everything. I just don't like the way red side looks right now. I gotta get used to it. Change is always hard to get used to. So but I do like the changes with the items. I feel like I have a lot more freedom. I'm not doing when I build certain stuff. I'm not doing the damage I think I should be doing when I build
Yeah.
it. And
Same.
that's because I don't know the build just yet. So
Yeah. Well, I will say it was weird. Vars felt really good.
I told you
Like
he's really good. He was killing me bot lane.
I was slapping people with him yesterday, and we ended up losing that game. But it was because they had like a bunch of fucking tanks, and then they had a Silas who stole Maokai's ult and fucking Fuck that shit. But
Emerald 3 fucking Lee Sin. I was fucking us
oh
up
yeah,
and
that too.
everything.
Yeah, but dude, I
Yeah.
was wrecking that game though. I think I was like 18-4 at the end of the game or something like that. You know.
Damn, you were. I didn't
Um,
know that.
yeah, man. And I was like, oh, dude, it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. I was getting like every fucking kill. So Varus actually feels good. I just got to find the right build for him right now, I think. Weirdly enough. I got to try Vayne too. I don't think she's going to feel much worse cuz the build I was going Trinity Force, like Trinity Force really didn't take too many hits in the patch.
Mhm.
So I think that item's still going to be pretty viable for her. So I'm going to try it next time I play her, but yeah, and then yeah, Jin feels rough. I do need to try Trist and see how she's probably going to feel better this patch. Actually, I feel like because she's less reliant on items. I feel like she just needs damage, which I think the items will give her. She doesn't need as much of the
Yeah,
accoutrements that come with items generally. You know.
I feel like it's gonna be really rough for like the gimmick ADCs, like the Samiras, the Jins,
Hmm.
the Ziris. Um,
The
it's gonna be
Nyla's
really
probably.
yeah, the Nylas as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it's gonna be really rough for those type of champions, and then like the auto attack champions like Varus, Ash, Tristana. I feel
Vayne.
like those, yeah, Vayne, those champions are gonna reign king for right now.
Yeah.
Um, until everybody figures out the builds and stuff
Well, and
like
what
that.
you're saying about tanks too, like those are all tank buster champs. So
Yeah, exactly.
um
Yep.
you're like they're gonna reign king in that regard as well for that reason. So
Yep.
that kind of makes me feel like Ezreal is probably gonna be dog shit though.
Oh yeah, he,
Dude, he's
bro,
gonna be so bad.
he's gonna be so bad this patch.
Oh man.
Unless they put him
Yeah.
top or mid or something like that. I can see Ezra actually going mid, and actually having some success mid.
Yeah. He used to do that
Um,
when he came out.
yeah, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Then I've been playing Devil May Cry 5. My goal is to like super. I want to get Suhi. Is it Sunny level?
Sunny
Sunny
Legend,
Legend.
yeah.
I want to get.
Yeah.
I want to get to his level. So that's my goal for this year. Actually, like my goal is to get that level of good.
You're gonna
I
make
just have to be.
videos?
Oh yeah, yeah. I already
Okay.
made videos for fucking Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah, but the way he
Showing.
does it, where he like slows it down and
Oh yeah,
shows
yeah, yeah,
shows the
yeah.
exact timing of everything, where he like perfectly times like a fucking Nergigante dive into a fucking hammer drop on the face.
Yeah, I be thinking of the music I'm gonna use, like, and everything like
Yeah.
that. So for my
Okay.
compilation stuff.
Cool.
So I also been playing Devil May Cry 3. Uh I've already played Devil May Cry 3 plenty of times on the PC, on my Xbox, and on my PlayStation. But I played the Switch version, and the Switch version is oddly enough the superior version of the game. Uh, so Devil May Cry 3 on Devil May Cry 4 and 5, you have styles or for Dante, right? And you
Yep.
can swap between all four styles on the fly with the D-pad. In Devil May Cry 3, however, you can only the game used to be, and this is like way back to the PS2, you can only pick two styles at the beginning of the mission and pick two
Mm,
weapons.
mhm.
Now in Devil May Cry 3 SE, only on the Switch version. None of the other versions do this. Unless you use the PC modded version. You can have all four styles on there. And you can also play two players with Virgil and Dante on the same level. Uh
Yep.
Split screen. So it's almost like a beat 'em up game type
Mhm.
feel. So I think that's cool and everything like that in nature. So I'm actually playing that, and I love Devil May Cry 3. I think it's like the best. I think it's the best version of Devil May Cry in my opinion. If they remade that game, I would actually like for them to remake it, but like keep almost everything the same. I love that game so much. Um, I've been playing Near Automata. I actually started over again because I just completely forgot where the fuck I was at in
Oh
my
yeah,
last
you have
save.
to, dude. There's
Yeah,
no way you're gonna remember.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna rush through it because there's always like one part I get super fucking bored, and it's like right before you meet A2. So I'm just
Mm.
gonna rush through it so I can actually play as A2. Because right when I get to that part when you first meet her, it's just like boring as fuck.
So you never
To
beat
me,
it
it
as
is.
2B?
No, I never beat it as 2B.
Okay.
I
Well,
wanted
you're
I
talking
wanted
about the forest segment, right? Where you're in the forest kingdom in the castle and stuff.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I want to beat it and
I do
everything.
agree with
And
you. That was one of the least memorable parts of the game, I guess is
Yeah,
what I'll say.
because I play as 9S. I like playing as 9S, and everything of that nature. But I never played as A2. Um,
Oh, okay. So you
so
did beat the game once then.
I guess I did. Yeah.
You had to have. You can't play as 9S until you beat the game. So
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Then I
yeah,
beat the
yeah,
game
yeah,
once. Then okay.
yeah.
I didn't think that was like a real ending. Because I did fight the twins and everything like that and
Yeah,
everything.
there's. I
So
mean, there's like 26 endings in the game. So
okay. Okay.
what they
So
call
yeah.
endings, quote unquote. So
All right. Yeah. So I played as 9S. Um, and I want to play as A2 next. So I'm gonna just try to play as A2 or 9S A2 and everything like that.
well, when you
Um,
get there, that's close to the end of the game. Like
okay,
you're
like the true
because
ending
the
or
way the
one of the
game's
true endings.
structured. Yeah, the game is structured in 3 playthroughs, and the first one is 2B, and
Hmm.
the second one is 9S, and then the third one is A2. But
Okay,
they don't take place like the one with A2. The one with A2 takes place after the other two. The
got
first
you.
two are kind of happening concurrently.
Yeah.
You're just playing from different perspectives.
Okay, that makes sense. And then I'm gonna I have near replicant. I only play like the tutorial or whatever, the first little level or whatever. Um, I actually like how more grounded it is compared to Near Automata, which is weird. Um, I don't know. I gotta play a little bit more. It is a weird game, but I don't
Yeah.
really have too much to say about it. I really do want to get through Bayonetta 3 so I can just play it the way I want to fucking play it. The problem with Bayonetta 3 is not only the frame rate is fucking terrible on the Switch. There are just boring sections of the game where they're making you play as different versions of Bayonetta and different the multiverse of Bayonetta, pretty much. Um,
Hmm.
and some of the versions of Bayonetta I don't like playing as. I think it's very corny and
Yeah.
gimmicky. So that's what I'm trying to get through. And then Baldur's Gate. I don't really know what to say about this game. I'm loving it. I'm stuck at the goblin camp part. I'm trying to figure out how to get past that part. Um and that's really holding me up because I'm thinking too hard about the situation. But because I don't want to make a wrong move or whatever. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm just trying to get past that part or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I've been playing a Honkai still. I'm actually teetering on the razor's edge of dropping this game. Like I'm really close. Like, dude, I'll be honest, I've barely played it. Like I am logging in every day and spending 5 minutes doing the daily stuff and logging out, and I've been doing that for like 3 weeks straight now. I'm barely touching this game right now, and I'm this close to just letting it go. I may just do it because of a different game I'm playing, but League and Dota 2, we already talked about League, so Dota 2, not much to say. It's been sprinkled here and there. We're not playing it very much. And then Against the Storm, so I have severely dialed back on this game on the last couple weeks. I think I only have like 7 or 8 hours played on Steam for this one. Other stuff's just started coming up, and that I started playing. I'm not dropping this necessarily, but this is kind of becoming a more long term, just a game. If I'm in the mood for it, I'm gonna pick it up. It's not something I think I'm gonna like push to try and beat, because that will take tens and tens of hours more than I've already put in the game.
Hmm.
And now that I have a Steam Deck, I'm probably gonna play it on there if I do play it. So it'll kind of transition into that kind of game for me. And then uh Turtle WoW is what it's called. So this is a private server for World of Warcraft. That does like kind of a hardcore variant, but it also is a softcore server at the same time, so you can be either or. And this is a server where they've made their own content, interestingly enough. And they have expanded the game horizontally rather than vertically, the way Blizzard has. So we got into this because of our friend Brad, and we decided to start it. And I've been pretty into it actually. I've played quite a bit. I got a level 18 priest that I'm playing hardcore with the group, and then I'm playing I got a hunter that I also have at 18. That one is soft core though. It's not in the hardcore mode. So yeah, I'm actually weirdly enjoying this a lot. um the server is super active. The auction house is very vibrant. The community is very active. There's a lot of activity going on all the time on it, and I'm just kind of digging it for that reason. It's not like a dead it's not like our attempts at playing classic where we were playing on dead servers.
Yeah.
um this is much more alive than that, and I'm digging it in that respect. So you've been playing this a little bit too, not too much, but you're trying to get a hardcore character closer to us to join our group, because we do have one slot open right now. But what did you think about WoW so far? You digging the hardcore experience?
I actually like this version of hardcore compared to the Blizzard version of hardcore. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
I think
It
it's the
does seem
idea that you can. I think it's the idea that you can beat it, and get to level 60, and your character
yeah,
becomes immortal. I think that's a big deal with it.
yeah. I don't know. I do like it. I think I know y'all say y'all make a character with me. And I don't like to put that kind of pressure on myself and y'all. So I'm just taking it at my own pace. Um, I just got to figure out. I think maybe I don't want to play a ranger. I think that's the issue. Early game ranger is really fucking terrible, in my opinion.
It's 1 to 10 is really bad.
Yeah, until
Like
you get your
levels
pet.
7 through 10 are rough because you're not killing things fast enough
Hmm.
by the time they get to you, and then you have to just melee them down. You have no tools to get away from them to start shooting
Yeah,
them again. So you're just standing there hitting them with your whatever, your fucking dagger or whatever, and raptor
yeah,
striking off cooldown. It's like it's so shitty. So when you fight certain mobs, they just kill you because you literally can't kill them fast enough.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's the issue I'm having. As of right now, but I don't want to play warrior because I don't want to play rogue because I don't like the way rogues play on WoW, early game WoW, um, compared to like other games. Um, and I
I mean,
don't like playing mages.
you could do a damage warrior.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing
Um,
a damage warrior. I
it
forgot
can
what
be a
they.
little rough though. I will
Yeah.
say they're really gear dependent, like super gear dependent.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but I'm not too sure yet because I don't really play mages or anything like that or druids. I
Warlocks or
can,
druids, yeah.
yeah, I don't really do that. That's not really my play style. Um, So I don't know. I'm figuring it out. I think I just have to, man up and just get to level 10, get my fucking pet or whatever the case may
Yeah,
be.
once you get your pet, things will ease up a lot.
Yeah,
It becomes a lot easier for you. Just don't be
yeah.
stupid like me on my softcore character and challenge things you shouldn't be challenging. you know.
Well, another problem I have is like in certain things, like you clear out stuff meticulously, and then once you clear it out, they start respawning again, and it's just like, oh my god, I can't run through it fast enough. So,
Yeah.
uh,
No, you need your pet
yeah,
ultimately. All right. Well, other stuff I'm playing. So yeah, I got the Steam Deck and I set that up and I downloaded a whole shitload of games, and I have gotten sucked into Civ 6 on the Steam Deck. So we did get a question about this from Nerdy Sage. So he asked, I was wondering how your experience with the Steam Deck is going, and do you see yourself using it as your main portable device? And yeah, so Sage, I'm gonna be honest here, man. The Steam Deck has been a fucking revelation for me. This thing, this thing is incredible. I don't know if the normal non OLED one is like this. I assume it is, but dude, I am in love with this fucking device. I cannot believe how good of a piece of hardware this fucking thing is. Like, I feel like it has been undersold to me, like in the wider gaming world, like hearing people talk about Steam Deck. Like, I don't understand why more people aren't talking about this thing. It's insane that it can, dude. I've been playing Civ 6 on it for a week, and it is running it better than the PlayStation does. Like the PS4 and the PS5. It's fucking insane. I can't believe that. Like, I'm like it makes me lose my mind. Like, I'm like, this thing is a fucking handheld. Like it's crazy. I can't wrap my head around the idea that something this powerful could possibly exist. It's playing Civilization. Like, this is a game that pushes computers, like pretty hard, and this thing is running it like a fucking champ. I've had no slowdown at all. Like, it's crazy. Turns are processing very quickly with less than 10 to 15 seconds generally between turns. I haven't gotten to the super late game yet, so this may get a little choppier, I'm sure. But like, honestly, so far I'm fucking hyper impressed. I've dabbled in a couple other games with it as well just to test it out, and I I love how flexible it is with the control scheme. Like Valve has given you the ability to fully customize buttons, what buttons do per game. You can make profiles per game. Like I love the dual mouse pads on both sides, like the little touch pads that you can click in and stuff. It just like it feels super good. Like it's really smooth. The analog sticks are super smooth. The buttons feel great, but it's really light. I can't like I don't understand how this thing is as powerful it is, and it's as light as it is. Like it is comparably, it feels as light as my Switch does, you know. And the Switch is like a third of the size. Like I don't understand that. I'm like blown away. Like Valve's wizardry with this is like unbelievable. Um so yeah, I fucking love the Steam Deck. I'm obsessed with this thing. I am playing it every night, like literally. Before we get on and play League, like I've been playing Steam Deck. And like anytime there's downtime between games, somebody goes to get a drink or take a shit or something, I'm playing Steam Deck. I just pull the Steam Deck out and I just play it for 10 minutes, you know? Like I'm literally doing that. Like it's so good. Like it is reinvigorating my love for handhelds because the Switch just for whatever reason has just fallen off for me like so much at this
Well,
point.
it's
Like I just
it's not powerful enough to handle like
yeah.
games now, you know.
Yeah.
So
No, and I think that's the reason. And playing a handheld like this that has the power capabilities of this thing and how seamless it is. Dude, I tested it last night. I booted up my Baldur's Gate 3 save, which I'm going to get into that game in a second, but like I booted that up on PC and I did a couple things and saved it and let it sync to the cloud and then I booted up I turned my Steam Deck on and booted the game up and I had my save ready to go and I just could jump right into it on Steam Deck. Like it's crazy. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Like this is an unbelievably good experience, you know? Like Valve are crazy, man. I don't understand. Like they should be more powerful than Microsoft, than fucking Nintendo, than Sony. They just don't want to be, you know? Like they have the capabilities to outdo all these guys, you know? Like I
yeah,
have no question of that in my mind playing this thing. Like it's just an incredible piece of hardware. Like I think it's so worth it. Um but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Montreal, do you want one? Like you were looking at him. I know you were looking at him.
yes,
Sweet.
I wanted one before
Uh,
my wife's transmission went out, but yes,
yeah. Oh yeah,
uh,
true, true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of recouping on losses from that. Well, it's not necessarily a loss, but you know, I just don't
hmm
want to spend anything right now. But yeah, I was looking at it though. I almost pulled the plug on it like a week before that happened. Um,
No, and that dude, the thing is like any game you can play so many games on it, and there's ratings for every game, right? Whether it's Steam Deck ready, it's just Steam Deck verified, or it's not Steam Deck verified, right? But even the games that don't have like where Steam where the interface will call out that it doesn't have like a control scheme specifically built for Steam Deck, you can build one yourself, you know, and it will work. The game will function with that, you know, and it's fucking nuts, dude. Like I was like messing with Grim Dawn with it. It feels great. Baldur's Gate feels good. Civ 6 feels good. Against the Storm, I was messing with that on here too, and it plays perfectly fine. You know, like it plays really good, really well on there. Also, so I'm just like, dude, like it's unlocking my PC library because I don't play games on PC that much unless it's like League or you know something like World of Warcraft or something like that. And I'm suddenly I went through my entire library and just evaluated like, okay, would I play this on Steam Deck? Is this a handheld game to me? Like, do I want to play this on Steam Deck? And now I'm starting to look at games that I wouldn't even traditionally look at as a game I'd want to play on handheld, like Baldur's Gate 3, for instance. Like, dude, I have to go get my car serviced on Saturday. I'm probably gonna
mhm.
be there for a couple hours, dude. I'm just gonna bring the fucking Steam Deck and play Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I don't like
Does it
what the
does it
fuck.
so does it work well on Steam Deck? Like,
Baldur's Gate.
yeah.
I haven't played an extended session. I just booted it up and loaded my save real quick. So I don't really know how well it plays, but it's Steam Deck verified. Like it's Steam Deck ready is what it's which is the green check mark. Like that's the highest level you can get to with this. So yeah, I think it plays on Steam Deck, dude. And which is crazy. Like this is literally one of the best games of the year last year. And yeah, you can just play it on this fucking handheld. Like it's crazy. I can just take it with me and play it wherever because it's all native. Once you have the save loaded, you know, I'll play the game at the dealership, right? And then I'll come home and connect to the internet and it will sync my save to the cloud and then I can continue on my PC. That is insane. You know, like that is so good. It's crazy how good that is, you know? I
Yeah.
just like I don't know. Like I know I sound like a raving lunatic right now, but I don't know. It's just I like companies aren't this good. Like they just aren't this good. Like Sony's not this good. Fucking Nintendo's not this good. Microsoft's not this good with their hardware. Like this is special. This is something special, you know? And I think with the release of the OLED model, like it's never been more worth it to jump into this and get one of these. Because the screen is amazing. It's so vibrant, dude. The colors are crazy. It just fucking pops, dude. Like so yeah, no, I'm loving it, Sage. I have no regrets whatsoever buying this thing. And I was a little trepidatious when I first bought it. I'm like, am I really gonna use this? You know, but like once I started playing around with it, dude, so impressive. The interface is really good too. For like, you know, messing around in Steam and stuff. I just think it's such a good I think this thing is gonna make me play more games this year. Like literally. Like I think like I'm gonna like tally everything up at the end of the year, and I'm probably gonna have played a lot more games than I did last year. So, which is exciting because I can just take this thing wherever. I can go wherever I want in my house. If I want to go hang out with my wife, I can go do that. If I want to go sit on a fucking bed, I can go do that. If I'm going to the bathroom, I can fucking take it with me and play whatever. It's just like it's so good, you know. To the point that I've picked Civ 6 back up, and I'm like I'm in the middle of a game now, you know. I'm like in the fucking modern era. I got musketmen and shit running around, and like I don't know, I put like 10 or 12 hours into it probably at this point, and yeah, it's just super fun, dude. Like it's great. Civ for me, for whatever reason, Civ 6, I've had a barrier with it, but the Steam Deck is like broken that barrier down. The fact that I can play this game on a handheld is crazy. Crazy. If I had this when I was younger, I would have been even more of a degenerate than I was, you know? Like I would have been playing Civ 24/7, you know?
Yeah.
The idea that I can play this game and I don't have to sit at my fucking desk to do it is just like crazy, you know. I never thought I'd be able to do that with a game like Civ. Um so yeah, Steam Deck's awesome. Last game I've been playing that I want to talk about is Baldur's Gate 3. I did actually start this game. I started a new character. I just decided to make a rogue. I made a drow rogue. I just went for it. I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to do this a few nights ago. And I haven't played very much. I probably played about 2 hours so far into this campaign. I'm off the Nautiloid ship and I'm in like the first little area they throw you into where the ship crashes. And I'm still running around there kind of collecting the party. All the party members seem to have also been on the Nautiloid ship for some reason, but I'm sure that will be revealed over time. But yeah, this game's cool, man. Like this game is just, I mean, it's just literally D&D in a video game. It's like it's crazy. This is another one that's just like just seeing all the dice rolls and the you know they break everything down by dice rolls, and I love that they show you that, you know. The only thing I'm finding jarring is the fact that you don't see rolls like in combat, and I haven't really looked deeply. Maybe there's a way to show these things, but when your character misses or hits, like you don't really know what the roll was, but there is a roll happening that's determining whether you hit or not. So that's been a little disorienting because some of the saves will just happen automatically where your character will walk by something and do a perception check, and they'll either succeed or they'll fail, you know. But you know, when they succeed, like it'll tell you, you know. And I think I turned off it telling you when you fail, so I don't know if they fail a perception check. So if they fail to see a trap, I'm not gonna know in my playthrough. So that's it's like an interesting little wrinkle because you're not gonna know in a normal you know, tabletop game either. The DM's not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of playing it like you would on tabletop. I actually turned enemy health off. Like I don't know how much HP they have. And I turned off the DCs as well for the ones where they actually show the D20 and you have to like click on it.
Mhm.
I turned DCs off for that too. I don't want to know what the DC is. So I'm playing it a little bit more traditional style, I guess, tabletop, but yeah, the combat is really cool though. I will say though, playing a low level D&D campaign, man, I'm sure so many people have gone through this. Dude, it is brutal to fight things at level 1. Like you die in
Yeah,
2
it
hits,
is.
man.
Yeah.
Like you're so fucking weak. It's crazy. And also you're so easy to hit too. Your AC is like 14. It's just fucking pathetically low. you know, like and literally, you don't even need a bonus. Anything from 14 to 20 will hit you. Just rolling the die. It's like that's crazy. So yeah, the low level combat's tough. I've died a couple times and had to reload. But playing a rogue is fun though because you get the lockpick stuff, and I do like the lock picking in this game. It's obviously you're just rolling die and kind of adding up all your bonuses, but I've lockpicked a couple things that I don't think you're supposed to right away. I got into the cathedral that is in the first area, and I ran through that before I even found the second party member, or third party member rather. It was literally just me and Shadowheart like running through that, and I got through a majority of it. And then I don't think you were supposed to go in there first though, because I came out of a hatch from the deep backside of it, and there were these like what I think are bandits like arguing about going in there. So I think you were supposed to encounter them first. But that's the glory of this game. There's no real supposed to. You can do anything in any order you want. You can kill the fucking party members if you want. Because there was one Gale, I think the wizard that you find, like he's in
Yeah.
a portal and you have to like pull him out. And I was thinking about like I succeeded at getting him obviously, but I'm like, are there players out there that failed this check like enough times that like
I
you
I
actually don't
actually
get him?
I actually didn't even go to the portal. It was like, "Do you wanna touch the portal?" I was like, "No." So I didn't know you
And
can
you
get them
just
out of
walked
there.
away.
Yeah, I just walked away.
Yeah, see, that's what I love though. You can do that and you just miss a party member. But yeah, so I think that's the glory of this game is just that freedom. I think it that's going to be the most fun part of it is cuz what I'm planning on doing is obviously I'm going to save my game at the end of my session and before important fights probably, but I'm not going to save scum. Like I'm not going to like if I get a decision and I don't really like the outcome, I'm just going to take it. I'm not I'm playing it that way. So because this is the kind of game that like it's really replayable and I feel like I'm probably going to play it multiple times over the years, and just make different characters and try to experience different aspects of the game. So I'm just going to run through it and whatever happens, man. If I end up killing an NPC that was supposed to be an ally, oh well, like that's what happened. I'm kind of excited about that too. So yeah, I'm really early in it, but excited to play more for sure. I plan to put in some I plan to put in some deeper sessions hopefully this weekend on it and actually get out of the prologue area. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm playing. All right, Montrell, let's get into the news. We do have a follow up from a story we were talking about before the holidays, which was the Discovery shows getting removed from PlayStation. They were getting removed from the PlayStation store, and they were also being removed from people's libraries. You were not going to be able to watch them anymore on the platform. That actually Sony came out, I think, about 10 days before the deadline and said that it was no longer happening. Clearly, they went to Discovery and renegotiated their contract with them at some point. So whatever happened, we don't know. Like, are they going to be around in perpetuity until PlayStation goes out of business? We don't know. Like, they could have delayed this by a year. They could have delayed it by 6 months. Who knows? Or they could have it forever. We don't really know. They didn't release those details, obviously, but I did want to follow up on that one because we did talk about that one extensively before the holidays. So, all right, Munchon, let's get into the real news here. There's not a lot. As much as we haven't talked about news for 3 weeks or 3 episodes, there really wasn't a lot going on over the break. So the first thing that happened, though, that I want to talk about is Square Enix, their CEO, did what he does every year. They released a letter, rather their president, rather I should say, released a letter from the president, and this came, as last year it was them talking about blockchain and crypto and shit and NFTs. This year they're jumping on a different fad, AI. And I'm gonna pull one quote out of here. It's actually a pretty long letter, but quote: We also intend to be aggressive in applying AI and other cutting edge technologies to both our content development and our publishing functions. In the short term, our goal will be to enhance our development productivity and achieve greater sophistication in our marketing efforts. In the longer term, we hope to leverage those technologies to create new forms of content for consumers, as we believe that technological innovation represents business opportunities. End quote. Montreal, could they could they maybe they don't do this next year, like how many times are they going to put the foot in the mouth with these fucking statements at the beginning of the year before they learn?
I I don't know, man. This company is so weird, man. Uh, I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't have a problem with them leveraging AI in the main. Like, everybody's going to be doing it. Like, it's an emerging
it's
technology that's,
it
you
it's
know
good as a tool, but I don't
yes.
think the
I
way
don't
they're making it sound like it's going to be the forefront of their technology. You
We
see what I'm
want to
saying?
leverage those technologies to create new forms of content for consumers. Like, that is the line that grosses me out. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want AI games.
Yeah, and it's just really weird. I don't like it at all. This is almost akin to their NFT program that they had. So it's like I, I remember that statement. They were like, "Oh, we want to be at the forefront of NFTs and everything like that." And I understand you're trying to jump on latest and greatest technology. Um, but I don't know. This being one of your mission statements for the year or something of that nature, I'm just not in agreement with it. Like, you're a game company. Talk about the video games, man. Like,
Right.
how is this going to improve your video games? Are you going to uh you know implement it with, like, like, as a tool? Like, I think when I read the whole statement, it's just they're not going to be using it as a tool. They want to put it at the forefront. It almost sounds like they want to get rid of, like, their developers and, like, have this thing develop games and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
um or develop scripts for games and everything of that nature, and I just don't like that
Hmm.
at all, to be honest with you. Maybe they will use it for more so um mobile aspects of things. I can see them totally using this for, like, the girlfriend AIs. Like, you can have Tifa as your fucking girlfriend or whatever the case may be on your mobile or whatever the fuck. I can see them using that because, like, that's probably super big in Japan and other parts of the world. But besides that, I don't know, man. This is very scary to me,
Yeah.
um, in my opinion. But I mean,
Yeah.
Square Enix is going to Square Enix.
Why don't we actually apply AI in a place in video games where it would actually be really exciting, which is, the thing that we've called AI for 40 years. Like, when you have the game controlling a player or something, or NPC or something, like, let's use AI for that. Like, I would love to see AI in Civ, where the AI players are actually real AIs that learn how players play over the course of a game and develop their own strategies and maybe play the game differently. Like, that would be fucking sick, dude. I don't want to see AI leverage to make fucking games. Like, that's not what I'm here for. I want games made by people. Like, I don't I don't hate the idea of AI games as a concept necessarily, but games are already commodified today, you know. We don't need to keep going down that path. And if we make AI the forefront of making games, like, that's where companies decide to go, um, it's going to become more commodified. Like, and that's bad. That's going to be really bad for the industry as a whole. Like,
Yeah,
we're going to get worse products. We're going to get worse games. We're going to get the same shit, which we already feel like we get now. We're going to get it even worse.
yeah,
We're
exactly.
never going to get innovation. We're never going to get interesting concepts. Like, they're just going to do the same shit that sells until it doesn't. And that's what I don't want to see. So there are companies out there that are trying to leverage AI in the way that I just mentioned, using it for NPCs in games, like in game worlds and RPGs and stuff. Like, dude, that shit is exciting as fuck. You know, like, the idea that an NPC could actually, like, think of Baldur's Gate 3, for instance. You walk up to an NPC
and it's an AI, like it's being controlled by an AI, and they generate different responses for every player that plays the game based on what the player is saying to them,
Mhm.
um like that would be insane, dude. Like you want to talk about immersion, like that would be crazy. Like like that's like a level of immersion that I never thought, like I never really even thought about with games, but that is becoming a possible reality we might be in 10 or 20 years,
My only
um
problem with that is how would you pay the voice actors, right? I don't. That's my only problem with that theory. Like, it sounds
yeah
really cool, but you gotta think about like the aspects of that. That can put like a lot of people out of business.
yeah but the
Um,
place that would start would be games that don't have voice acted lines, right? It would be like a text-based game,
yeah,
and
yeah,
eventually getting into voice acted games. That is where it gets hairy, right? Because you're paying for somebody's voice. Like they're probably not going to record every line that the game says. It'll be like an AI generated version of them, possibly. um that's where it gets hairy, and I don't trust companies to do the right thing there, necessarily. But as from a like a pure technology standpoint, like that shit is super exciting. Like we could have really dynamic games, much more than we have now.
yeah.
Um,
I,
where
I think it would
you
just
have truly unexpected things happen in a game, like where developers didn't specifically develop it. Um, you
yeah.
know,
I think the only way around that would be like royalties or something like that. If you use the
it would
voice
have to
actors,
be to the
yeah,
voice, to the actual
yeah,
voice. Yeah, right.
exactly. They have to approve it, watch the game, see how it goes, and then like approve it. Because
Well,
then
they
you'll
need to be part of developing the character
exactly,
too. Yeah.
exactly. Because you don't want, say like if I don't fucking know Angelina Jolie or somebody like that, right? Does a fucking voice, and then
Yeah.
like the game has a fucking crazy sex scene. Like she probably wouldn't want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So, um,
Yeah,
like
true.
like that type
True,
of shit can
dude.
happen.
True.
So
That's true. No, AI could get dangerous in that way for sure.
yeah, so
Yeah.
um,
All right, Montreal. Anything else you want to say about the Square Enix letter?
nope, that's it.
All right, let's move on to our next story, which is CD Projekt has expressed through the media that they are not interested in being acquired in this acquisition, consolidation environment that we have going on right now in video games. And he said, quote, we are not interested in being included in any larger entity. We have worked our whole lives to get to the position we have now, and we believe that in a few years we will be even bigger and stronger. We have ambitious plans, and we are passionate about what we do. We value independence, end quote. So um for me, it's great. I don't want to see a company like CD Projekt get absorbed by like fucking Take Two or some shit like that, or
Ugh,
God
yeah,
forbid, like fucking Embracer Group
Xbox.
or Xbox. God, yeah. So I don't know. How did you feel about this one?
No, I wholeheartedly agree. I'm glad they said no. I couldn't really see them getting taken over by anybody. I don't think they lost money. I mean, they probably lost some money from Cyberpunk, but I feel like they probably gained all that shit
They
back and
didn't
then
they
more.
didn't they didn't lose any money. They made money for sure. They just lost like reputation, which I think at this point they have gained back after
Yeah,
Phantom
exactly.
Liberty.
Yep.
So I would think at this point, like if you were gonna buy them, it would have been a few months
Right.
after Cyberpunk came out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, good luck, bro. You're paying Bethesda price probably for CD Projekt.
Which I don't think Bethesda is even worth that much, but that's a whole
I
different
don't either.
conversation.
They're not.
Um,
They're not.
but yeah, yeah, I mean, it's not too much to say. Like, I'm to be honest with you, like, I'm happy that they're not being acquired. I think the whole age of acquisition shit is probably going to be coming to an end anyway because interest rates are just too fucking high. Because a lot of people don't understand that a lot of companies don't really use their liquidation or their net worth to buy another company. They usually get a loan for that money to buy said company, or maybe not all of the money, but like half of the money, or maybe
There's
a
a lot of
quarter of
ways
it.
these deals
Yeah,
can go. It can be purchased in stock options with
exactly.
loans. You can buy it in cash. There's all sorts of ways. There's all sorts of ways these deals can happen sometimes, but yeah, and I mean Microsoft's probably going to be quiet this year, I would think. I don't think they're going to do anything major.
Yeah, I think a lot
Um,
of companies are going to be quiet this year. The interest rates are just way too high right now, for companies at least, or everybody at least. And I think that
yeah,
was kind of the goal of everything, to just kind of cool down. So I don't see anybody else. I mean, Microsoft maybe try to snip something up their butt, but um, even then I think CD Project Red would be like, no, that's like getting into bed with the devil. Um,
yeah, yeah,
I think the age of acquisitions is over. Like we saw that in 2021, 2022, and 2023, but 2024 is going to be a little different story. I'm actually interested in seeing how the game industry shifts this year as far as a lot of stuff.
yeah. I mean, I can still see some. There's definitely still going to be some, but um, the size of it compared to
I can see
last year,
indie
especially.
studios. Yeah, I can see a lot of indie studios getting acquired, but
Yeah,
I can't see like the size that it was last year and the year before last. Um, yeah, no, I don't know about that.
yeah. But for CD Projekt specifically, like, I mean, there's no reason for them to be acquired unless the CEO or whoever actually owns the company. I don't know if it's actually the CEO in their case or not, but whoever actually owns the company wants to just go fuck off and not do anything for the rest of their life. Like, there's no reason to sell though if you're still into this. Um,
Exactly. Yeah.
Getting a public like being acquired by somebody wouldn't gain you anything in their position. They're perfectly money flush with what the games they've made.
Hmm.
So and with two Witcher games in the works, I mean, dude, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah. And the
So
TV shows. I mean, even though it's not as good as it is, they still
mhm.
probably made some money off that deal. So,
Well, I don't know if the TV show had any. I don't think they.
oh,
I
you
don't
don't
think
think they
they're
own the
involved in.
rights?
No,
Okay.
they don't own the TV rights. They just own the game rights.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, um, but yeah, and I mean they've expanded too. I mean they have satellite teams. They're actually they mentioned that they want to move into the United States this year. Like that's a big goal of theirs. They want to open a studio here. Um, so so yeah, I mean, given where they are, this makes total sense. So all right, Montrell, moving on to our next story. And this is kind of a follow up from a couple months ago. We were talking about Unity a lot after they kind of fucked up with the whole monetization of their engine situation and then lost their CEO. Um, they are they're doing layoffs. They're laying off 25% of their staff in what they're calling a company reset. And 25% of their staff is about 1,800 jobs that they are letting go. And that is fucking crazy. Um, I remember we mentioned this back when, but I forgot until I read the story that they had that many employees, dude. And I'm like, what could Unity possibly need with that many people, dude? Like
I
I
didn't
get you
know
make
that.
an engine, but holy shit, like
Yeah.
7,200 people.
So, bro, there's a lot of games that use the Unity engine. Um,
Yeah,
I think a lot of people didn't understand. I did a deep dive into the Unity engine, um, after that story broke out, and a lot of the Flash games that we play or that we used to play, like in Newgrounds and stuff like that, they transitioned over to Unity. Um,
yeah,
because like that's the next engine to do that. So even a lot of games that were on Flash can like be remastered on Unity or whatever the case may be, right?
yeah,
Um, so I think when they did that rollout, they were going to charge all those games, the browser games and everything like that. I mean, we already said that, and that was going to kind of recoup that money so that they didn't have to lay off 25% of their staff. But also, why are there that many people? Like I and I'm like,
I
maybe
mean, do
it's
they have like
supposed.
do they have teams to support every game out there that uses Unity? Like that's I don't know. Like that just seems
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. There are a shit ton of games that use Unity
Yeah,
though.
I
Like
know. I
games,
know.
you
Yeah.
know, um, all the way down to like porn games. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's a huge
So
engine for sure.
yeah. Uh, so it's like I get where they're going. I see why they may need that many people, but I wonder if the staff that they're actually getting rid of are not the developers, maybe with the support staff. I can see that being a huge thing, like just having supports for different languages and all that other stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that's probably where that 25%. I'm not defending this. I'm just saying that's probably where that 25% went towards. Is like the plethora of languages that Unity supports, and people would have to talk to these people. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's very interesting. Like we already discussed ways that they should potentially boost up Unity, like get
Yeah.
into low income areas, get into low income or lower income countries and stuff like that, into the schools, into those lower income things, kind of like how Mac did back in the day, where they went into low income areas and stuff like that, and they kind of what's the word I'm looking for? groomed. They groomed the youth, like our generation, like me, your generation, to love Mac products. And now,
Yeah.
that obviously 20 years, 30, 40 years later, or whatever the case may be, however old we are at this point, uh, that come to fruition, they're like $1 trillion company, like one of the top
Hmm.
companies right now. And I feel like Unity can do the same to get ahead of Unreal. If they want to go that route, it would be playing the long game for sure, but that can work for them. I think that's the route they should take instead of trying to directly compete and gouge their customers now, in my opinion. But I'm not surprised by this at all. It's sad. I don't like to see staff get if any industry get cut off.
Hmm.
Um, but unfortunately, that's one of the things that they're losing the engine game, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, I mean, God, dude, 1,800 people, like, condolences to everybody who fucking lost their job here. Like, I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
they'll find someplace, but man, that is brutal. 1,800. Like, I can't imagine be part of a layoff that large,
yeah,
um, at a company like that. That's just fucking nuts. Because I mean, we work in technology, right? So we're the ones who have to process these exits when they happen.
yes,
So I'm just thinking about it from that perspective, which is, it's very like, job brain of me to do. Obviously there's the sad part of this, but dude, it's just like, what a fucking horrible, like, for their IT department right now. Like, it's got to be horrible to be processing all this shit. You got to get everybody's equipment back in, disable accounts, get rid of licenses and all that shit. Like, there's tons of things associated with exiting somebody. So, um, but yeah, I mean, it's just that's such a large group. But I don't know, we'll see what happens with Unity. I mean, it's not like they're, it's not like, honestly, whatever happened in September, I don't feel like we've seen a lot of fallout since, really. It was kind of happened in the moment, and I don't know, maybe like, if people moved on, are developers that were
no.
planning to move off of it, did they actually do it? Like, are they actually
I
doing
I,
it?
I think a lot of developers aren't re-upping their subscriptions or whatever the case may be. Um, and I imagine like that was a huge fallout because sometimes I occasionally visit the Unity forums because I just be you just be bored and shit like that. And yeah, people are still pissed about it, man. It's still an ongoing topic to this day, even after they got rid of the president and everything of that nature. It's
Yeah.
still like an ongoing topic. Like, and I understand it. Like, I wouldn't trust a company like that either. Like it's yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. And like 1,800 people, I feel like wasn't a direct suffrage of that, but
Would
it
this be
contributed.
happening though if they hadn't done this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I still think that would have happened because and people would have just left Unity altogether and they would have lost even more money.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, 1,800. I mean, God, how much money were they paying those people to? Like, that's an insane amount of payroll
Yeah,
there.
that's what I don't think the article tells you like the countries these people are in. So it could be like lower income countries and stuff like that.
I mean, they're based out of
Causing it.
San Francisco. So,
But
um,
it's like
dude, I mean, I would find it hard to believe that all those people are actually in San Francisco, but there's
yeah,
probably a good amount of them.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, when companies do layoffs, they target people who cost more, not the ones who cost less, generally.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
I would bet the San Francisco office, however many people are there, is probably hit pretty hard. So Um, so
Yeah.
but we'll certainly keep our eye on this. If anything else pops up with Unity, just to kind of follow their journey now after their kind of mistake in September with the runtime fee. But we'll see. So, all right, Montreal, that's it for the news. Let's move on to our final segment, which we're doing this for the first time this year because we got games coming out, man, soon, like next week. We already missed the Prince of Persia, the opportunity to do this with Prince of Persia, the Lost Prince, but which that game is doing very well right now. It's like an 86 on Metacritic. Getting pretty excited about that one. But we're gonna do guess the Metascore for a couple games coming up early in February. And the first one is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. So Montreal, you want me to go first on this one?
No,
And
I
then
go first. I think.
okay, I'll go
I,
first on Persona then.
okay. Um, for me, I think this game's gonna get a solid 7. I
Wow.
I
Okay.
don't. The reason I'm saying that is because a lot of people like me and you we just don't know what the fucking game is.
Yeah.
Like, and I always get wary when they do complete rehauls. Like the only game, no bullshit, that I've seen that did a complete rehaul that worked was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Um,
Yeah.
everything else is like when they do a complete rehaul, then you got to rethink that affects it. So, for instance, right, I was looking out forward to a gotcha game, right? Montrell
Oh,
looking forward to a fucking
oh
gotcha game.
God.
And it was
Yeah.
called Devil May Cry. I got invited to. I got managed to get lucky, and I got invited into the alpha of the game, and it was
Mm-hmm.
already released in China. And Capcom, like fucking sourced this out to the company or whatever the case may be. So it is an official Capcom game or licensed by Capcom. It's called Devil May Cry Pinnacle of Combat. And the combat for a cell phone game or a smartphone game, rather, was really fucking good. I felt like I was really playing Devil May Cry on my mobile device. Now it's released in America. It's called Peak of Combat. And they completely revamped the combat in the game.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
borderline
God.
Honkai Third Impact. That's how it plays now.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like a single
Yikes.
button where you can do your combos, and then they put certain moves on one button, another button, and you can swap characters in and out, like Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact.
Oh no.
So it's not there's less skill expression which is a huge part of Devil May Cry, obviously, and it's not as good. It's not good, actually. I actually uninstalled the game from my phone. I downloaded it yesterday. I was playing it, and then I just immediately got inundated with, "Hey, here's Virgil. Pay $100 to get all the Virgil stuff." And I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, bro!"
Oh
Like,
my God.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
and they
buddy.
separated the characters instead of like getting different weapons. Like there are different characters
Mhm.
that have certain weapons, and you can't
Yeah.
shoot your guns manually anymore. It's so dumb. Yeah. So that just to say that, like, that was an example of a game that was kind of remade. And this game, I watched 40 minutes of it from Eric's Gaming, and I still don't know what the fucking game is, bro. Like, I know it's a single player game. It's cool. But I feel like it's gonna be like 7, maybe get to 8. I'm gonna go 7.5. That's my
Okay. Um man, my initial thought was like 8.1. I was thinking, but you're like kind of, I don't know, you're making me rethink that a little bit cuz I don't know, man. Like I agree with you. The original because we talked about this at some point in the podcast briefly, where this game originally was being made by Platinum, and Cygames for whatever reason decided to take them off the project and kind of take it over themselves. And the combat before Platinum was taken off looked fucking sick. I remember it just looked
yeah.
it looked mechanically deep, and the combat now I'm a little fuzzier on. Like I'm not sure if it's mechanically deep now,
Well,
and
I'm sorry, not
go
to
ahead.
interrupt you, but like, I do recommend for you highly watch Erickson or X Gaming. You know, the Monster Hunter guy.
Yeah, the Monster
He,
Hunter guy. Yeah.
yeah, he did. It just got released 10 hours ago. I watched it at work. I highly recommend you watch it. It looks good. I just don't know the depth is going to be there for me. It looks like a free range. What we thought Tales of Arise was going to be. That's what it looks like, you know?
Okay.
But I just don't know. Like I said, like, I don't know
Will
how
the
deep
quality be up to snuff though?
Exactly.
The combat, the controls, the questing, the story, the characters, all that.
Yeah. And I don't know anything about Grand Blue. I mean, I know that's your thing, but I really don't know anything.
I mean, I don't know anything about it either. All I know is that it's a gacha game. Like Grand Blue Fantasy is a really successful gacha game that people actually really like. But
I thought you used to play. Did I get that confused with another gacha game you used to play?
Probably. Yeah, no, I played.
I got that confused with Fate.
Fate. Grand Order. Yeah. No, I've never played any Grand Blue game, but I've had my eye on this game though because I thought it was going to be a gacha game at first. Like that's kind of what it's always looked like to me, coming from a gacha studio. And then over time, it's like it's a single player game. It's a single player game. There's no gacha. And I've just had a hard time wrapping my head around that from a studio like this. Like, why are they making this game? It makes me wonder. It's like interesting. It's kind of like this is what I want HoYoverse to do, is make a single player game, you know, like a non-gacha game, just a boxed $70 game, you know, and just make something like that. I'd love to see that from HoYoverse. But so that's why I'm intrigued by this game, because it may be what I want HoYoverse to do, just by a different company, you know. Because I will say these gacha companies are interesting in that they're actually not bad developers, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you think they would be dog shit studios, but they're really not. Like they were surprisingly competent, you know?
And you know, it's funny. Like I played Honkai Third Impact a while ago, like way before Genshin was even a thing. And I was like, man, if this company like actually got their hands on an actual video game,
right,
like they would make shit tons of money. And then Genshin came out and I was like, okay, I see what they're doing. To me, it was always Breath of the Wild clone, like with gacha mechanics. That's why I didn't like it, even though I know now it's way more than that. But when it first came out,
it is, but they don't care to make it more than that though. They're okay with it being that.
But what really turned me on these games was like I saw you playing Honkai Star World, and I was like, man, these fucking animations are crazy. And it's like I know what animators have to go through, and they wouldn't be doing that shit for free. Like they're getting paid really good for this shit. Like these are some good designers or good video game creators. And then I saw Zen the Zone Zero, and I saw the animations for that game, and I was just like, yeah, man, they know what they're doing. Maybe they're trying to get their money up so they can make a really good game. Because there's another game being made by a gacha studio, but they're making a single player game. I think we talked about it before. It was like shown at one of the awards or whatever the case may be. But they're making a single player game as well. So I don't know, man. It's going to be it's interesting. I'm watching the gameplay, and the more gameplay I do watch, the more I'm like, okay, they may get, maybe I need to up my score, but I'm gonna stick by my score. I'm gonna stick by 7.5.
I'm going with 8.1. I mean, this game does have co-op, so or will have co-op of some sort. So, all right. Well, Persona 3 Reload. So I'll go first on this one. I'm gonna go. My instinct here is an 8.6. I think it's gonna score highly, but I don't think it's gonna be as high as Persona 5.
Wait, you said what? Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
An 8.6. I'm going with an 8.6. Like I think this game is going to score highly, just not as high as Persona 5. You know,
really? Okay. I'm going to do the Price is Right thing. I'm going to go 8.7.
Oh my god, fucking asshole, man. Fucking asshole, man. Look at this fucking guy, dude. All right. 8.7. Well, this is why one of us goes first on the first one and the other person goes first on the second one, you know?
Yeah. So I am 7.5 on this one. Let me put 0.5 on this one. Yeah.
It's only fair. Oh, wait, what did I? Oh, man, no, you can't change your score.
No, I said 7.5.
Montrell, it's a 7. You said 7. No.
I said 7.5.
You said 7. I'm going to go back through the recording.
All right.
You said 7. 7.5. I'm deleting it.
No,
you said 7.5.
7.5.
That's bullshit. You're convincing yourself that the game is
Okay.
better than you thought.
No. All right. I'll stick with 7.
You said a 7.
wider.
You're gonna win the
That's a-
Persona. You're winning the Persona 3 reload one. Like, just take that. Take that W.
I'm not. Why should it be like an 8.5?
Take that fucking W, man. You know, like, it is an interesting line for us to have, actually, because yeah, I could see it being an 8.5. You know, but
I think this is going to be controversial because you got to remember the Persona 3. I think it's called FES. That
Fez,
version,
yeah.
Fez. I think that's the beloved version of the game, right?
That is the PS2 version, correct? The Persona 3 Portable, which is the PSP version, is the one that people dislike because you could not control your party.
Yeah, and I want to say, are they doing the PSP version? Like, I know it's a reload,
yes,
it's a remake.
there's some content that was missing from the PSP version. I think that they're not doing. Yeah, there's some controversy with that for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's why this game's not going to get like a 9 or a 9.5 because Persona fans are really weird as far as that, and that could like drive down the Metacritic score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll certainly see. We're gonna find out probably in a couple weeks on these, so that will be interesting for sure. But the game releases are coming, man. Are you ready for Prince of Persia next week?
Yes and no. I'm not going to buy it off release. I'm going to be really disappointed. I'm not buying it off. I'm going to be out of town.
Wow. Oh, that's right. Okay, but will you buy it when you get back?
Yeah, but I'm not going to play it immediately. But I will buy it when I get back.
I don't know if I'm going to play it immediately either. It depends. I'm so deep in all these other games right now. I don't know if I want to like peel myself away for Prince of Persia, but maybe I should and just get it out of the way because I'm going to start the year off behind, and I kind of hate that. So
yeah, I'm sticking by my New Year's resolution where I'm not going to be trying to keep up with games like I did.
Chasing the release schedule. That's fair. That's definitely fair. Yeah, and I'm committing to Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I have to play this game. I can't keep not playing this game. Like, I know I'm gonna like this game a lot. So yeah, I'm definitely committing to playing that for sure. So, and the World of Warcraft thing, like, this is why I'm thinking of cutting Star Rail out, because I might just move that time over to World of Warcraft instead, and that'll be my MMO for a while. Because I don't have to play it every day, which is the nice thing, and there's no subscription fee. So I'm, I can kind of just play it whenever I want, which is kind of the nice thing about it. So yeah. All right. Well, Montrell, that's all we had this week. Is there anything else you want to discuss before we go today?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well, everybody, if you like this episode, please like the show, review the show, and subscribe to the show on whatever feed you're listening to it on. And please share it with your friends. If you'd like to talk to us on Twitter, you can do so at iTrop for the Hokage for Montrell. That is the number 4, not the word. I'm at ThunderNut01, and the show is at The Player's Take. If you'd like to send us a question, you can do so on Twitter, or you can send us an email, theplayerstake01@gmail.com. And that is going to be it for us, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next week.